Welcome back, everybody. It's September 16th, and so let's get started. Super excited to get through the week with you guys. So, yesterday we talked about how mercantilism from the New World to Europe expanded to triangular trade, including a third continent. Today we're going to be talking a little bit more about this distance that was traveled to journey from the New World to the Old World. We're going to do a quick write today. Think about the first time your parents allowed you to go somewhere without their supervision. Were you able to make decisions independently? Did you have to call home for any reason? Take a few minutes to write this down, and then we're going to share out. All right. So hopefully you were able to share out and hear some examples of taking care of yourself when your parents are too far away to control you or to tell you what you need to do. A great example of this I always think of as the mall, because I think that was the first place my parents let me go to alone without their supervision. And I had this sense of independence, and it was just always liberating. So this is related to today's lesson. Today we will analyze how distance from the king affected leadership in the colonies. Why is this important? Self-government in the colonies will become necessary. And today at the end of class, you will infer how the relationship between the king and the colonies will intensify. So we have a few new words today. The first one is self-government. We talked about this when we did the Mayflower Compact. Self-government is defined as the colonial style of lawmaking due to distance from England. And you can see here the image of the pilgrims distant from the king. Another word that is important for today is representative government. This is when leaders are chosen to make decisions for a group. We in the United States of America today live in a representative government. In Europe, where the king was very powerful, it was not a representative government. Remember, the king was not chosen. He was born into a royal family. And so let's continue our lesson. In your notebook today, for the lesson, you need to get to page 15. Page 15 of your virtual notebook is titled Distance from England and Leadership in the Colonies. As you can see in our picture here, it's 4,010 miles from the New World to where the king sat on his throne in England during this time. Due to issues in Europe during the years 1620 and 1754, the English colonies experienced very little control from the King of England. This time became known as salutary neglect. So we're going to highlight this today. You do that by first tracing over it and then clicking this button next to the A and choosing a color. Remember, salutary neglect means that your leader is too busy to really care for you at the time. Self-government in the colonies became the new normal. A journey across the Atlantic could take from 9 to 19 weeks depending on the weather. So any messages from the king were received with little regard from the colonies. So you can imagine that over many years, from 1620 to 1754, that's over 100 years, the king kind of does this hands-off with the colonies because he's very busy in Europe, and the colonies become used to self-government. Kind of like you at the mall, away from your parents, being able to make your own decisions. So number one, how could distance from a leader affect communication? And number two, predict what you think will happen when the king tries to take control again after years of salutary neglect. There's that word again, guys. Salutary neglect means when your leader is too busy to really care for you. After you answer these two questions, we're going to share out. And then today is a review day. You're going to be playing a quizzes review over Arrow 1. It is a quick review, but this is your score, your actual grade for today. So we are going to allow you to play the quizzes as many times as you want, and hopefully you get to a 100 because this will help prepare you for your test next Tuesday. We care about you, and we really want you to feel confident next week. So enjoy this time to review, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.